Destontobegreat. I'm with Deston here. This is Exittplan. Y'all subscribe, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're gonna get right into it. So, you said you're 27, right?
Yes, sir.
You got a couple businesses.
Yeah, man, I got 3 businesses.
You got a carpet cleaning.
Yes, sir. I got a carpet cleaning business. I got a clothing brand. And I got a t-shirt printing business.
Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
Okay.
My carpet cleaning business, I started as a family-owned business. Pretty much as me and my dad. He started up like 18 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing it ever since I was younger. Pretty much. So when I graduated college, he gave me my own van as a graduation gift. Pretty much. So just being consistent with that, growing that, and then when I for my clothing brand, I started that while I was in college. Started that up around like 2017, and then that transitioned into my t-shirt printing business. So I was like, I really wanted to print for myself, cut out the middleman, become the source. So I pretty much just learned the craft of printing for myself, and then that transitioned into getting other customers, getting other clients, within the school, at the college, all that good stuff. Yeah.
So let's talk about life growing up. You said your pops, your grandfather.
My dad.
Your pops got you in carpet cleaning. So
yeah.
Speak about that destruction and everything. So he had you always in carpet cleaning. You go outside, so you know what I'm saying? Life as a kid,
life as a kid was good. My parents are together still. 28 years of marriage. Yeah. So definitely a blessing. Had a good foundation growing up. He would always, make sure that I was working as a kid, making sure that, I gotta have some money in my pocket. I definitely can't, be out here asking somebody for, a handout or some money. He said that it's only, if you got money in your pocket, you always got, the option to have it control. Is either yes or no, you got the will to, say that. So I always wanted to say, yeah, I can do whatever I wanted to do.
Right.
So that's pretty much it. My dad still in my life, great leader, great, role model, great mentor. That's what you really need, especially, as a, young black man, some good mentorship, good, leadership pretty much.
True. So, cause that's what I was gonna say, cause you don't just go in and start 3 businesses like that. You gotta have some type of structure,
Yeah.
And carpet cleaning, I used to do that a lot with my stepdad too.
Okay.
He had a carpet cleaning business and he took me to a couple of houses. I didn't like it at first.
Right.
But I didn't understand what he was teaching me. But looking back on it now, you know what I'm saying? I was always doing something. He always had me going to a spot here, there, whether it was a couple rooms or the whole house.
Right.
So I get that. So what decided you to take that serious?
Just
was it what brought that to mind? Like
it was the freedom, honestly. Because while I was in college, really only worked like 3 real jobs. Growing up, I only had like a job at Panera Bread, FedEx, and then I did, I was a valet. I did valet services, but I just really like the freedom of being able to run my own schedule, get my own money, get paid every day, not have to wait on nobody, check in with anybody. And that just transitioned it really to like all my businesses. That was like the mindset I had. Like I said, I started up my clothing brand and my t-shirt print business while I was actually in college.
So speak on applied pressure. What is that? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, so my brand is called Force Applied Pressure. So yeah, we're an urban empowerment brand.
I'm sorry about that.
Now you good. Yeah, now you good. Yeah. So force, yeah, we want people to force themselves to be successful. Pretty much said that it's 4 steps to success. You got to establish an idea, plan to achieve that idea, execute, and then maintain, prolong that commitment. So it was something I used to just say back in 2017. I used to say people were forcing all the time. And I was like, you're a force, you're a force. So me and my boy, we started it up and we were just like, we might as well make it a brand. So of course it really didn't have, a good meaning at first. We would just say, you're a force or whatever. So we had to, get some type of, context within the business to be able to, market it and be able to sell people pretty much on the brand. But you can't just, gotta have some type of, meaning behind something to get people to connect with it.
Right. Your whole logo has a meaning to it. I seen.
Yeah.
Even not just with the 4, you got the
snake wrapped around
the
it.
snake, and then
the CE. Yeah. So
speak on that.
Yeah. So the logo itself is 4 fingers, which represents like the 4 steps that I just said. The snake is like the negativity that you may face, and how you can get wrapped up in that. And then the CE stands for commit to everything. Because when you start something, you gotta finish it. But the snake is basically like, it's wrapped up around you, but if you see the logo, it's wrapped around the 4 fingers, but the 4 fingers are like remaining, strong in what it believes in, and, folded under that pressure. So pretty much, yeah, it was just force supply pressure. Yep, and then I had a pretty much viral video. You know, if you wanted to go into that, but
let's talk about it.
Yeah, kind of coincides with that pretty much. So 2020.
He hit my car. He tried to leave.
Yeah. 2020. I had a viral video. Dude hit my car on the highway. He tried to leave, chased his ass down, pretty much. And then I just, put my link for my brand underneath, the tweet. Okay. Yeah. So I was just like, if anybody wanted to support me, that'd be definitely a blessing. So I did that. Ended up getting like 200 orders, So yeah, that was just definitely a blessing in itself. And then me already printing for myself, that helped me, be able to, learn more about, my website, all that good stuff, because I had orders coming in like left and right, and it was just like.
So you just learning all of this on the fly?
Stupid, my fault. But yeah, not necessarily on the fly.
Like as far as like your website and everything.
Website started up in like 2019, like the beginning of 2019 is when I dropped my first website. So, I had a year to pretty much learn it, but I really wasn't getting any sales. So when I got, that tweet went viral, all that good stuff. That's when it amped up, and it was just like, yeah, this is exactly what I want to do. This is exactly where I need to be. It's meant to be like that, pretty much.
It's crazy what a viral moment to do, like not just a viral moment in general, but the world is streaming today.
Definitely.
It's crazy what it do. One moment could take, it could go.
Nah, exactly. Yeah. One moment can be life changing for anybody, But yeah, that moment, still to this day, people sending me that video, sending me the tweet. We had to put a clip up, on the YouTube.
Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you because I didn't even know that was you until I did my research.
My face wasn't in the video, so that's the only downfall. My face is in the video, maybe I get a little bit more publicity.
Yeah, but you ain't really thinking that in the moment.
Yeah, nah, yeah, right. Yeah, it's all good, but yeah, it was a pretty wild moment for me, but
it turned into a blessing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So you got we talked about the two businesses. Let's talk about Press Beats.
Yeah, Press Beats. Yeah.
So you started pressing your own clothes, or is that what got you to doing it? Like when you started your brand, you started pressing them, or? Right.
Yeah. So I started printing for myself back in 2017. Then December 9th, 2018, I believe, 2019. I started printing for myself, or like print for other people. So I was just like, this is something that I definitely needed to do, to make more money, pretty much. So
I seen the brands you researched, some of the brands you collab with. You Mariah's Taco Spot.
Yeah.
You had a school, Crew Hills.
Yeah, Crew. Yeah. I print for like 13 different clubs. Yeah, 13 different clubs, food trucks, schools. I print for my. I went to Johnson C. Smith. I'm even able to, print for the athletic department.
And I seen you was your alpha frat, so
yes,
you print for your brothers, if I'm saying it right.
Yeah, my fraternity brother, my frat brother, I print for them.
That's what's up. So look, if y'all need any press, y'all need any print for y'all business, clothing brand, whatever it is, food truck, whatever. Hit my boy up. The Press Beats, Destontobegreat.
Yes, sir.
He got history. He gonna get at you.
Yeah.
And he gonna get it out there fast. He printing orders at 2, 3 in the morning.
Yes,
I done seen it. I don't watch it. Not personally, but from what he posts, you know what I'm saying? I seen it and I watched it. He liked it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro.
For sure. So how do you manage all of that? You got all these businesses, and it's not just a lot of people they jump into business and stuff, and it's not really going anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But your carbon cleaner business, booked and busy.
Yeah.
Your press, booked and busy.
Right.
Apparel, you know what I'm saying, booked and busy.
Yeah.
So how do you manage that, and when do you have time for fun? I know I seen I seen you travel and stuff.
Yeah, man. I mean, really just part of the lifestyle at this point. How people wake up and they got a routine to pretty much, go to work, whatever, work out. That's pretty much my routine. I do carpets pretty much during the day, so that leaves my evenings and my afternoons to be able to come right back home once I get done. Clean the carpets to go straight into t-shirt print. Make some time for the gym. And then whenever I got the time, I travel. strokes too. I got some people in the house today that's been helping me out, my dog. We just cleaned the movie theater. You know, 10 theaters. You know, he helped me. He was able to witness it. So it was real good, real smooth. So yeah, man, it's just all about growing and building that team, that network, that foundation.
It wasn't always booked and busy though. So let's talk about the challenging times and how you got through it. From one client to now, multiple now.
Yeah. I mean, guerrilla marketing, word of mouth and good, good business. So yeah, really me going out, putting my name out there, going to shake hands with people, letting them know, okay, this is my business, this is who I am. Pretty much good face, good face card, good, good marketability, speaking to them pretty much. But yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing, the word of mouth, because people will, tell their friends and family about you pretty much, and that's, that helped me grow a lot. I wouldn't be anywhere without my first customers, whatever it may be, because they spreaded the word, they spreaded the love, and, I stayed consistent in, what I'm done, like I said, it's been about 6-7 years since I started everything, so.
Yeah, it's more than just word of mouth.
Right, yeah, consistency, ads, marketing, post, good stuff like that.
Speak about the challenging times where you may wake up, because you know what I'm saying, you always booked and busy, and I know for some folk, that can be challenging, you know what I'm saying, real hard mentally. So first I want to ask, how are you mentally today, legit, and in those challenging times when you did struggle mentally, what did that look like for you getting through it?
Right, yeah, I mean, right now mentally I'm in a great space. I know I can be, in a better space, like I said, for 2025 I got, bigger and better goals for myself, financial goals, business goals, health goals, all that good stuff. So yeah, I mean, family good. That's truly a blessing, family members still being around, all that good stuff. But how I deal with it, I work out, I go to the gym, do smoke, shit. So
everybody
smoke a blunt here and there.
Everybody have some type of balance.
So yeah, I mean, but work is really, like my therapy though, because I mean, I'm to myself. All the work that I do is really, I'm in my own thoughts, and I just know I got to get out here and hustle, pretty much, if I ain't hustling, I ain't eating. So that's really what it is. If I'm not marketing myself every day, if I'm not hustling every day, it's just me, pretty much. I ain't gonna be, I'm gonna be down and out, for real.
And you stop posting today, what I'm saying, you stop moving around today, you take a couple of days off, then that's when
you can just go out the window just like that, but nah, you gotta be consistent. All gas.
So let's talk about your inspiration. Let's talk about your inspirational clothes.
Okay.
Let's go behind that. Let's see what got you started into your clothes. Let's talk about the inspiration behind your pieces.
Yeah, I mean, inspiration in me, with my clothing business, my brand was, like I said, I used to say people were forcing all the time.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, translate that into pretty much a brand, and it just became, something that represented me, holding up the four fingers, four fingers with the hand wrapped around it, good stuff like that. It's pretty much, my motivation to myself, force through life, force every day to be successful, force every day to be great, forcing myself to do the right things, forcing myself to, have good thoughts, good visions, all that good stuff. But like I said, I didn't want to go to anybody. I wanted to be the source. So which is like what directed me to print for myself, learning a new craft, learning a new, what is that? Pretty much.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I reached out to you a couple of times to get some stuff printed. I never followed through.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll back it up. I know that's on me, but 2025 definitely will be getting some work done, bro.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait for it. One thing I want to say is big ups and congratulations and blessings on all of the success that you had.
Appreciate it.
And you continue to have, because it's just getting started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like this year is kind of been like a refresher and a wake for everybody. I know everybody says that about every year.
Yeah.
But just, I don't know. For me personally, I can say that about myself.
Yeah.
It's definitely been a refresher, and I turned 25
goal is to clean Casanat's carpet in his room.
Ka!
Facts.
Ka!
I see.
Bring your ass.
Nah, facts for sure.
Bring your ass.
I emailed his manager. I emailed his page because they talk about his dirty carpet, the leopard carpet in his room all the time. So I'm like, I might as well go to the A&P house and go ahead and clean that. That's my goals. So go ahead and get on there and stream that.
Clean that, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. But you know, big goals in 2025. You know, get a team together. We got some people, like I said, who want to learn the business of carpet, t-shirts, all that good stuff. And I want to start live streaming more. I want to start, streaming more in general, selling courses, giving out the game. You know.
I seen a couple when I was doing my research. You give back. You know what I'm saying? You give game. You went to I forgot if middle school or high school.
Yeah, it was middle school. Yeah.
Middle school you went to and you taught them how to press and stuff like that. Was you was by yourself or?
I was with my boy Joe right here.
Yeah.
He be sending me the invites every time. Every time he get the opportunity, he makes sure that I'm right there with him. So yeah, that's what we do. Just
Partnership.
Definitely want to inspire the youth for sure.
And I think that's kind of my whole reason of this podcast. You know what I'm saying is we have folks on there who's real serious about their craft, but they also have exit plans. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you know what I'm saying. Just you can correct me if I'm wrong. In Charlotte in general, it's a lot of crab in the barrel mentality.
Yeah.
But it's also who you put yourself around.
Right.
So I mean, speaking for myself, I definitely want to get around. You know what I'm saying? You and more. You know what I'm saying? More folk like that, business mind, and definitely chop it up as that. So, your three businesses. That's your exit plan. Are you plan to add more to that? Invest in?
Yeah, I plan to add more. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely plan. They say 7 streams of income is definitely what you need. So I definitely plan on adding. I want to be a locksman. That's all I want to do. I want to do like I want to go help when people lock their car doors. That quick money, man. Quick money.
That's quick, especially at the club. You know what I'm
Quick
saying?
money. $80 just be like, okay, you left your keys in the car. Okay, it take me about 5-10 minutes to unlock that. Call it a day. Get that quick $80-$100.
Locksmith on the way. Locksmith just on the way.
Cleaning actual cleaning franchise, and then investments, stocks, all that good stuff.
Real.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, bro.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
For not only for pulling up, because a lot of people want to pull up. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
trust somebody's vision, but
I know it's hard to catch me, bro, when I'm here, man.
nah, you moving around. I know you moving around. But I appreciate you. Appreciate you sitting down talking with me.
Yes, sir.
Y'all give your tags for your businesses so they can follow you and see you and everything.
Yeah, my personal page is Destontobegreat. It's DESTONTOBegreat. And then my brand page is the 4CE period AP. And then my print business, the Press Beast, and carpet cleaner business, Cleaner Solutions _COT.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.